Yo guys, welcome back. Episode 3, Road to Supersonic Legend. So far we're 5 games in. We've won all 5 games. We got a chance to play through bronze, silver, gold, and I believe we're still going to be gold here with game 6. By game 7, we're probably going to be plat. So we're moving up fast. One thing that I was discussing back when I was on stream, kind of envisioning this whole series, was having a chance to play against plat players and seeing how close they are to champ players. I personally was thinking I'm not going to get out of plat. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can actually get out of plat. So I'm actually really excited for that. So for game 6, or game 5, game 6? I think game 6. We're on Salty Shores. Nighttime, it's actually pretty soothing on the eyes compared to the original Salty Shores. We got Cam Andrew 97 up here. Versus IRI and YNG Polo up here. Season 2 silver tournament winner. So I forgot to call it the kickoff. Calling the kickoff is pretty important, I would say, at all ranks. So I gotta get back in the habit of doing that. But luckily our teammate got it, and he was well aware. So died, respawn, have an opportunity to touch the ball and kind of keep chasing the ball down. Full ground game. I'm not gonna go even for dribbles yet. I'm just going for like, ooh, good 50 off of him. Almost a nasty goal by our teammate. That was good. I got demoed, but I'm spawned in a good spot to kind of assist with that save. So we're gonna fall back a bit, kind of blast it off. And the reason why I'm blasting it is because it's gold. I feel not too many people will keep it close. But I'll show you guys the benefit of keeping it close. By next time I have the ball, I'm gonna try to do like a nice ground game if we can. Oh, this is in the air, so I'm just gonna kind of flop it down. That was a bit too difficult, I believe, for someone in gold. But it's not too hard of a shot, as you guys can see. I single jumped and kind of hit it. I would definitely recommend free play and training packs for that before you try doing it in game, because in game you're probably gonna hit some posts. But even if you do hit a post, it's not the end of the world, because your teammates should be there to kind of wrap it up, and you can start rotating out back, right? That wasn't anything too fancy. Oop. So that was something I mentioned 2 episodes ago. When you're gonna use the ball cam, if you're not aware of where your teammate is, you're gonna run into those. That was a bad challenge on my part, but you're gonna run into those times where you smack into your teammate because you can't see where you're going, right? And it happens. Don't worry about it at all. Just try your best in that scenario to like do a side flip or something, or jump over him, or try to get out of his way. Ideally, a side flip I find works best because he'll keep going forward, and it's unlikely he's also gonna side flip in the same direction and smack back into you, right? Teammates behind me again, so it's gonna same thing. Just get some boost and flip into the ball centered. One thing you're gonna notice, and I'm probably gonna have to spend some time practicing it, is that when we get to the higher ranks, people are going to use a thing called a speed flip, which I'll touch upon when we're actually at the higher ranks. And that's, we're going to either have to find a way to beat that, or to do it ourselves, because even at my rank, I lose to those. So that's going to be our big limiting factor soon. I'm not going to do any backboard defense, because I don't think that's going to actually come into play until we hit diamond. So until we hit diamond, I'm going to just be focusing on purely ground game, not really doing any aerials, just kind of doing basic jumps and basic flips. As you can tell, I haven't used much boost, which is interesting because I'm a very boost heavy player. If anyone watches the streams, you'll see that I'm always driving, trying my best to use as much boost as possible unnecessarily at some point, right? It is kind of cool getting a chance to slow down the pace and see how it works at these lower ranks. Don't be afraid to go up the wall. The wall, from what I've seen, whenever I like have a friend or like a family member that's never touched Rocket League, I hand them a controller and say, hey, try this game out. One thing I notice is that when they go up the wall, they get so disoriented, which is, I'm gonna leave this for my teammate probably. I could have went for it, but like, I don't want to carry too hard. Going up the wall for some reason is very disorienting for most people. Let's just try walking it in and see. Here, we got some opportunities. So usually what I'll see is someone will have the ball cam off. They're not used to where the ball is. That's why I recommend ball cam should be used, which by gold I feel most people have a pretty good feel of when to use ball cam, when not to use ball cam. But like they'll go up the wall, and as soon as you go up the wall, it's even more weird because like left and right, up and down, it gets backwards, and they'll fall off the roof, and then the roof is even more confusing, and it'll take time. But I would definitely recommend, if you guys can, even in free play, don't necessarily do it in games if you're gonna find that it's gonna be a little bit too difficult. But in free play, practice going up the wall and jumping off the wall and just seeing how your car orients itself and how your car lands. And whenever you land, try your best to kind of keep your car aimed in the direction that you're trying to drive. So keep the momentum. Momentum is really big in Rocket League. Momentum is the reason why, if you're in net, you want to be far post, because it's a lot easier to keep the momentum and go forward and across than it is to stop and go backwards, or like back. If they shoot behind you, it's a lot harder to get than if they shoot in front of you, you're jumping towards it, right? For the most part, as long as you're at that post and you have a little bit of momentum, you should be able to save a goal, even if it goes directly to the top corner in the opposite, right? Whereas if you're in the middle of the net and they shoot behind you, most of the time, unless you're like a very speedy player, you're not going to have that opportunity to save it. Anyways, you're going to see this ball is going to go. That was all my bad, and we're going to use it as a learning lesson if we get scored. We didn't. But that's what I was talking about being far post and not getting in the way of your teammate. Which, by the way, let's just take a moment to like really appreciate the good teammates we've gotten this series. I feel like it's made it even more difficult because I wanted to kind of make the series be, you know, working with bad teammates and how you can make it work. But our teammates have actually been like surprisingly solid. Like there's that one guy that was a little bit iffy, but even then he still came through, right? Maybe the moral of the story is that all teammates are good teammates. No, there's definitely bad teammates out there, guaranteed. Oh, there we go. So I caught myself doing it myself. When you have the ball and you want to look over, it's awkward to do in your controller, but if you flick your controller and you swivel it down, you can actually see over the ball. And I guess you kind of saw me do it there. And that was one criticism I had of a different person's road to the Supersonic Legends series, was that they were really using the camera swivel in what was my opinion, an unrealistic way for someone of that rank. So if you're using the ball, he just comes and steals it. If you're using the ball, or about to take the ball, typically what they do is, or typically the rule of thumb is if you're dribbling the ball, you turn ball cam off. So the two scenarios where you're gonna have ball cam off is when you're dribbling the ball and when you are trying to like go for a boost really quick, just kind of get a feel for where the boost is. So you turn ball cam off so the camera doesn't make it more disorienting to move the car. And then that's when you can use your camera swivel to kind of look around things. But GG's, shout out to Cam and Andrew, or Cam Andrew 97 for the carry. That was our gold 3 game. So we're going into game 7 of our 10 placement matches. This is probably going to be our first Plat game, which is pretty cool. So I'm excited for that because, like I said, Plat was what I was looking forward to most. Because a lot of the people for my stream are Plat. Or they're not like, we have a decent amount of Plats in my stream. And when I've 1v1 them or seen them play in like 2v2 viewer tournaments that I do, they're always so solid. And I'm like, how are you guys Plat? You should be like Diamond at least. So I'm going to be very interested to see like the difference between the Plat and the Diamond. And yeah, so as our teammate got the kickoff, we're moving out. Let's see, we haven't run into a team yet, which is lucky. So we're gonna just kind of smack that ball, let our teammate potentially pass its center. No, maybe not. Maybe he's gonna go for the double. No, we're gonna just run back. Now's our opportunity to kind of bait this guy, smack the ball. See, this is Plat. He can't really go off on the wall yet. This because it's low Plat. High Plat's where it gets more difficult. If you guys don't know how to half flip, which I'm probably gonna briefly describe half flipping soon and start doing that later on, probably when I'm like Diamond 1. What you can do instead of half flipping, which by the way, this is a half flip. You're basically going from like a back flip diagonal cancel to kind of keep your momentum. If you need to change directions, you could literally just single jump and then turn your car, and that'll kind of be like a little bit of a faster way of turning your car right now compared to like doing a whole turn. It happens. I don't know if that was on purpose or if he was trying to clear that. I don't know. It's bound to happen. I'm just surprised it hasn't happened to me yet. So same thing, just drive into the ball, flip into it, try your best to center it, get some boost. We'll let our boy Summit do something with it. We don't want to overcommit. That's the thing. I could have committed, but I don't want to. Now I can kind of just get a single touch. And we can't jump off walls yet because we're Plat, so we're not going to try. What I do recommend is, like, if you are at this rank, keep an eye. Notice the things that I'm pointing out that I'm saying you can't necessarily do at this rank. And it's not because you literally... I think this guy's throwing. Was that the same guy that owned gold last game? That sucks. I feel bad for Baljeet. Baljeet 1257. It happens, guys. I think the biggest thing, let's say in this scenario, if you're Baljeet, either just wait it out so you can forfeit and then leave, or take it as like a good time to try practicing 1v2. I remember when I was Plat, some of the most satisfying things was to win a 1v2. I had a lot of fun in those when I had those 1v2 scenarios. And I think there's like 3 1v2s that I won. And like after winning those, I was so happy for like 2 days because I was like, damn, I actually came through to beat 2 people instead of 1, you know. And essentially, because you have one guy throwing, it's actually a 3v1 basically, and it's really satisfying because it throws off the other team as well sometimes. But if you're playing against this, and you're trying to improve, once again, just kind of position yourself in a way where it might be a throwaway game in terms of improvement. If you're playing it to win, then just keep playing it to win. Don't start, yeah. And always go through and report the person for unsportsmanlike conduct. Typically is what you report someone for when they're throwing. So it's alright, report them, skip through, move on to the next one. There's not going to be too much educational content in this one, so what I might actually do is just play a little harder so you can kind of see. So typically if I was going to actually be playing this on my level, I'd be doing like little directional kickoff things. We're still going to go off the wall, but we're going to kind of just take the ball and show you guys what you could potentially do in terms of like ball dribbling. Or what we could even do is just kind of practice our demo. It's just kind of guys being toxic, don't let them score. Just burn out the clock. So notice how the speed difference has changed between the first little bit of the series to now, where I'm actually kind of just taking the ball. I'm using more boost. I'm speeding it up. This should be an opportunity to save. No, we're not going to save. Own goal. Let's just keep demoing him. He should spawn there. Get a spawn demo off. Oh, I missed the spawn demo. That's kind of sad on my part. Yeah, there's not much. I don't know. It's kind of tough when this happens. It's bound to happen. I know it's happened a ton back when I was playing. If you're in a game where you know you're winning regardless, which once again, be careful because a person might be a smurf that's trying to D-rank, and then if you tilt them too hard, they're gonna sweat against you, then you get the loss there. But if you wanted to, turn it into a fun game. Go for it. Start demoing the guy. Whatever you do, don't get toxic. Don't. on my my main account, or my real account, I guess, because this is, yeah, my real account, that's set to nice bump, not to the little swear looking shit, which is funny. Nice shot from Summit Ice. That was actually pretty clean. But yeah, like I said, if this is happening, it's kind of gonna be a waste of 5 minutes. There's not too much educational stuff you can learn when you're literally having a person throw into the team trying to own goal non-stop. Turn into a fun game. Go for some bumps, go for some demos. Use it as an opportunity to start doing some fancy stuff. So if you really wanted to try doing something like a wall to air dribble, and you've practiced it in the free play, you can kind of try your best. Am I getting it? So I messed it up. But those are your opportunities now, because you have your opportunity to try it in a real game where you have like semi-real defenders and a boost limit with a little bit more pressure on you, and it's kind of like a fun little way of seeing if you could pull it off or not, and then this nice little clip. But I don't know, it does suck. It does suck when someone does that. Typically, maybe the guy's been having a bad set of games. Maybe the other guy might have said something, because I think they're both Signet, right? Yeah. So, for anyone who's not too familiar with the whole Signet situation, if their profile pictures say Signet like they do there, that means they're a console player if you're on PC. So that could be their PlayStation or Xbox. From their names, there's no way of telling. One quick way of telling is if their name has a space in it, they're probably Xbox, because I believe Xbox is the only console that allows you to have a space. Someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if Switch allows you to have a space as well. Yeah, basically they're a console player, so they could probably talk to each other, and maybe one of the guys said something toxic to the other guy, and then he started throwing because of that. I don't know, it happens. It kind of sucks that I really did want to kind of use my first, which I'm assuming this is Plat 1. I want to use my first Plat game as a learning lesson in terms of, you know, how you could work your way through Plat, and it kind of ruins that, but it's alright. I guess it does go with the whole age-old mentality that the Plats, with the whole throwing aspect, right? But whatever. Same thing, we'll kind of try our best to practice some mechanics that we don't usually get a chance to practice at this rank, right? So that's the end of episode 2, because that's also another 15 minutes. Sorry, episode 3, I believe. So we're going to move on to episode 4, guys. I'll see you guys next. Drop a comment below and let me know if you're going to see another toxic player next episode, because that was interesting. I do feel bad for Baljeet. But yeah, that was Plat 1. We got 3 more placements left, so probably 2 more episodes will be fully placed. And then the real grind starts. When we hit diamond, we gotta start sweating it out. But I hope up until this point, if you guys are like bronze, silver, gold, or plat, you're able to take some value out of those things. And if not, like I said, let me know below, please, what I could do to make it more valuable for you guys. So when I start this series in 3v3 or 1v1, I could really try to apply that to make it more valuable. It's gonna take time before I like really get to the point where I'm making this content as great as I can for you guys, but I'm gonna try my best to get to that point. So for now, guys, drop a like, please. It's really gonna help me out. If you guys are new and you haven't subbed yet, hit that sub button because that's gonna be super helpful as well. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subs is my goal. And drop a comment. Let me know what's up. If you guys want to see me, I live stream Monday to Friday as well on Twitch. I'll be in the description below. But for now, have a great day. See you in the next one, guys. Peace out.